All right. So today you want to know why men cheat. All right. Well, first of all, it's an individual thing. Okay. Not all men cheat. So it's a misnomer to think that all of them do it. I myself have not, don't ever plan on it, and don't really want to because it defeats the purpose of being with somebody that I finally have been with, waiting to get with, and then to do that. But here's the thing. Um, each guy internally has a drive, of course, to be with a woman um, of his dreams. If you are not the woman of his dreams and he's getting with you and you don't know that, that's where usually a lot of problems come in at. Some men and women and other men and other women will get with somebody just to have somebody there. They're not, you're kind of filling up a space. Now, if that person is doing that, they're not being truthful, and it's a travesty to the relationship, and obviously you don't know. And you know what? We've all been there. We've all been played. We've all been lied to. Okay, that's part of it. The other part is yes, men are instinctively drawn to be with women, but we make a choice, and we live by that choice. If there was no such thing as really having a relationship, all of us would just bounce around to whoever and whatever we wanted, which is kind of like what a lot of people do these days anyway. Um, Especially today in the hookup culture that is the younger generation, which as long as they're clean and enjoying themselves, staying safe, then hey, have fun, do what you got to do. But because each situation is different, I'll say this: if you're in a good committed relationship and the guy's typically a good guy and the woman's a good girl and all that, the only reasons why a man would cheat is because either the sex life is boring, which then means that he did not do his job to spice it up, she didn't do her job to spice it up, they're not communicating, somebody had stuff hidden from them in the past and they don't communicate these things that may have happened to them. um, Now, if you start off in a relationship and it's sexual, and then you don't make time for your partner, that is definitely something that will cause a man to want to cheat. He may not necessarily want to, but on the inside, he's got the drive where he wants sex. And let's be honest, we can all take care of ourselves, individual needs, but that defeats the purpose of why you're with this person if you have to do it yourself. So, and yes, people have to work and people are tired, and so those are things to take into consideration. You shouldn't just demand sex or just take it or whatever else, unless you're in that kind of relationship. I don't know, but in an average relationship, those things are should not be done unless described beforehand. But you should take your partner's needs into consideration. Say a typical male female situation. If a man is providing the house, paying the bills and whatever else, and then she's paying some bills and whatnot, the fact that she's a female and he probably got with her because of the fact that he can have somebody to communicate to, love and talk to and respect and whatever, and have sex, well, those are part of the benefits of being with you. You take away the benefits of being with that person, then okay, what if he just decided, hey, you can't sleep in your bed tonight because I paid the bills for the house, or it's my house and I just don't want to provide that for you, so get out. Then you're like, oh my God, it's appalling. And yeah, it's a rough comparison, but you get what I'm saying. If you start pulling back benefits that each other provide, then don't be mad when another person wants to get that benefit from someone else or wants to go somewhere else to get a benefit. I'm not saying you should, because you should communicate, and actually before a man or woman even begins to cheat, you should talk about it and either break up for a time or break up completely and go take care of your needs somewhere else. So when a person doesn't do these things I'm talking about, it's because there's a breakdown or lack of communication or lack of understanding of how important sex can be in a relationship. And it's the fact that for men, I know especially like with me, it makes you feel wanted and loved and secure, and it's a form of communication. And when someone doesn't want to share that with you, maybe they don't realize how important it is to you, or they don't value that But what's interesting is then you could then say, well, I don't want to talk to you today because I just don't feel like it, or blah, blah, blah. So then all of a sudden you're the bad guy because you don't value them wanting to speak with you. So it's about communicating. If a person cheats, it's usually because they're not getting what they want at home, or they have no self-control. And if you've done your homework, this is for especially for, well, I shouldn't say just for the ladies, but if you should stay a friend with this person long enough to know their ins and outs. Ask them about their past relationships. Have they ever cheated before? Were you ever cheated on? Is there anything, be the person's friend. If you're the person's friend before getting into bed with them, then you can get to know the person, and you'll have a better, stronger relationship. If you just meet somebody and you hook up and then you wonder why they cheated on you, you don't know the person. And yeah, I know, I get it. It sucks spending 3 months, 6 months, a year to get to know somebody before having sex. It's just crazy. That's crazy. It's impossible to do. Well, then you know what? Then that's the kind of relationship you'll have then, because you're not putting the time into it to build the foundation. You get to know somebody long enough. I mean, there's been times where I didn't do anything with a girl for a year or two just because I wanted to get to know her, or I just was her friend. I watched her date other people just to see what kind of person she was, and then to try to become, a boyfriend at that point in time. And you know what? It still proved at times to be, I didn't know the person 100%, because you never truly know the person. So make sure in everything you do, just communicate, keep an open dialogue, and tell them, hey, this is what I want from a relationship. This is what I don't want. I don't want to be cheating on. And if you feel like you got to do that, let me know, because communication is key. It's essential. But before even all that, you need to build. Well, I shouldn't say before that, but you need to build a strong foundation of communication and trust. And if you don't, then what you put in is what you get. So that's about it. Hopefully that helps a couple of people out there understand things a little bit more. And if not, then you're going to continue to receive the same results you've always been getting. So, all right, stay healthy, stay safe, stay clean out there. Keep a close eye. Watch them.